Do you want to boost your personal power, make people feel you're in control, or achieve success in business? The 48 Laws of Power, a best-selling book written by Robert Greene, outlines strategies for gaining and maintaining power. Drawing on historical examples, the book divides itself into 48 laws, which can be applied in various situations. This video will go through each of the 48 laws in turn and discuss their valuable insights. Law number 1. Never outshine the master. You should never appear to be more talented or skilled than your superior, as it can be perceived as a threat to their authority. Therefore, it is necessary to play a balancing act where you maintain yourself between the level of your superiors and your colleagues. Law number 2. Never put too much trust in friends, and learn how to use enemies. We should be cautious about trusting friends, and instead use enemies to gain information and achieve our goals. This is one of the manipulation laws, which encourages us to not be manipulated by others and also devise ways to manipulate people for our own ends. Law number 3. Conceal your intentions. You should keep your goals and intentions hidden, as it can prevent others from interfering and sabotaging your plans. Your best laid plans can only be safe if no one else knows them. Make sure to keep your cards close to the chest, and remember that once you give out information, it cannot be taken back. Law number 4. Always say less than necessary. This law advises you to be careful with your words and avoid saying too much. Giving people more information is like giving them ammunition against you. Law number 5. Much depends on reputation. This law suggests that you should carefully cultivate your reputation, as it can be a valuable asset in gaining and maintaining power. Reputation may in fact matter more than many anecdotes. Once you have created and maintained a reputation, you can freely act in other ways. While it is necessary to maintain secrecy, law number 6 tells us we should court attention at all costs. You should seek attention and make yourself known. This can help you to gain power and influence. However, you should beware about the cost of being known, and make sure that you follow the previous rules. Law number 7. Get others to do the work for you, but always take the credit. Delegate tasks and distribute responsibilities, but make sure that you are in position to take credit for the work. This way you can more quickly gain recognition and influence. Some leadership books will disagree with this, suggesting that teamwork is in fact a better way to make sure that you maintain influence. Your own experience and your own context will be the guiding key. Law number 8. Make other people come to you. You should avoid chasing after people or opportunities. It can make you appear desperate or weak. Attempt to reel in people or opportunities to you. This will also affect the dynamic at the opening of a negotiation. Law number 9. Win through your actions, never through argument. You should avoid arguing and instead let your actions speak for themselves, as it can be a more effective way of gaining power. If you and your colleagues are in a disagreement, it may be necessary for you to demonstrate that your way is correct rather than simply argue. Law number 10. Infection. Avoid the unhappy and unlucky. You should avoid associating with unhappy or unlucky people, as it can negatively affect your own happiness and the way that you view opportunities. Law number 11. Learn to keep people dependent on you. You should find ways to make others dependent on you, as it can give you power and control over them. Make sure that you have something special to offer. Law number 12. Use selective honesty and generosity. Honesty and generosity are good qualities. They can be used selectively to gain the trust of others and disarm them, making them more open to your influence. Law number 13. When asking for help, appeal to other people's self-interest. You should appeal to other people's self-interest when you are asking them for help, as it will vastly increase the likelihood that they will help you. This means, when considering making a request of others, you should frame your request in a manner which suggests they will benefit. Law number 14. Pose as a friend, work as a spy. You should always appear friendly and trustworthy, while secretly gathering information. This information may be ubiquitous, but it can give you valuable insights and leverage. Law number 15. Crush your enemy totally. You should completely destroy your enemies when you have the chance. Leaving them with any power or influence will cause future threats to your own power. Law number 16. Use absence to increase respect and honor. You should create a sense of mystery and importance by being absent or inaccessible at times. It can increase your perceived value. Law number 17. Keep others in suspended terror. You should create a sense of fear or uncertainty among others. This way their decision-making will be flawed, while you can calmly manipulate them. However, law number 18, do not build fortresses to protect yourself. Isolation is dangerous, warns us against the extremes of these previous two laws. You should avoid isolating yourself or becoming too self-reliant, because being part of a network makes you stronger and less vulnerable to attacks. Cultivate relationships and alliances, in addition to only considering manipulation. Law number 19. Know who you are dealing with. Take the time to understand the motivations, strengths, and weaknesses of those around you. It can help you anticipate their actions and gain an advantage. People are predictable. They will attempt the same strategies over and over again. Learn and remember. Law number 20. Do not commit to anyone. You should avoid making long-term commitments or alliances. They can limit your flexibility and freedom to act. Remember, your best interest may change. Law number 21. Play a sucker to catch a sucker. You should appear foolish or gullible to others if you believe it will make them underestimate you and reveal their own weaknesses. Use this tactic sparingly in order to avoid creating a reputation of being foolish. Law number 22. Surrender is a tactic. Transform weakness into power. Surrender or retreat is a tactic. It can make others lower their guard and reveal their own weaknesses or overextend themselves. Law number 23. Concentrate your forces so that you should focus your resources and efforts on a single goal or objective. Focusing on one thing at a time vastly increases your effectiveness and ability in that area. This, of course, means prioritization is key. Law number 24. Play the perfect courtier. You should master the art of flattery and charm. It can help you win favor and influence with those in power. Much as acting the fool or gullible, this is one manipulation strategy that you can use. Make sure to do so sparingly. Too much flattery will give the game away. Law number 25. Recreate yourself. You should be willing to adapt and reinvent yourself, as it can help you stay relevant and successful in changing circumstances. Once you have gained a reputation for being flexible, you will always be front of mind for those in power. Rule number 26. Keep your hands clean. You should avoid getting your hands dirty or being associated with negative actions. It can damage your reputation. Rule number 27. Play on people's need to believe to create a cult-like following. You should tap into people's desire for belonging and purpose, as it can help you create a loyal and devoted group. Rule number 28. Enter action with boldness. You should be confident and decisive in your actions, as it can inspire confidence and fear in others. Projecting confidence will make others believe in you. Rule number 29. Plan all the way to the end. You should plan for all possible scenarios and outcomes, as it can help you anticipate challenges and be prepared. As with many self-help books, planning the end goal as well as the steps in between and anticipating challenges is an extremely useful skill. Rule number 30. Make your accomplishments seem effortless. You should appear effortless in your accomplishments, as it can make others underestimate the effort and skill required to achieve them. In this way you can succeed and progress without appearing threatening. Rule number 31. Control the options. Get others to play the cards that you deal. You should control the choices available to others, and it will limit their ability to act against you. Rule number 32. Play to people's fantasies. You should tap into people's desires and fantasies, as it can make them more susceptible to your influence and control. Rule number 33. Discover each man's thumbscrew. You should find the leverage points and weaknesses of others, as it of course can give you power and control over them. However, you must do so carefully in order to avoid gaining a reputation for being a crass manipulator. Rule number 34. Be royal in your own fashion. Act like a king to be treated like one. You should project an image of confidence and authority, as it can make others treat you with respect and deference. Rule number 35. Master the art of timing. You should be strategic and deliberate in your actions. It can increase your effectiveness and power while reducing the amount of energy you expend. Rule number 36. Disdain things you cannot have. Ignoring them is the best revenge. You should avoid being envious or obsessed with things you cannot have, as it can distract you from pursuing what you can achieve. Remember, plan your goal to the end and focus. Rule number 37. Create compelling spectacles. You should create memorable and impressive events and experiences. It can leave a lasting impression on others and increase your power and influence. Rule number 38. Think as you like, but behave like others. You should conform outwardly to social norms and expectations, as it can help you fit in and avoid drawing unwanted attention or criticism. However, it is necessary to be aware of this conforming so you can make sure not to fall into groupthink. Rule number 39. Stir up water to catch fish. Creating chaos and conflict can distract or disorient opponents and can also open up new opportunities to progress and gain advantages. This rule is very useful in tandem with keeping your hands clean. Rule number 40. Despise the free lunch. Being given things for free is one way that other people will try to manipulate you and create reliance. Avoid relying on others and do not expect something for nothing. It can make you dependent and powerless. Rule 41. Avoid stepping into a great man's shoes. You should avoid following in someone else's footsteps or trying to imitate them. It can make you appear inferior and lacking in originality. In general, try to avoid inviting comparison. Rule 42. Strike the shepherd and the sheep will scatter. Target the leaders or influencers of a group. It can cause the group to lose its overall cohesion. Rule 43. Work on the hearts and minds of others. Appeal to people's emotions and beliefs. It can make them more receptive to your message or influence. Rule 44. Disarm and infuriate with the mirror effect. Reflect back to others their own behavior or attitudes, and it will make them feel exposed or uncomfortable or even angry, and it will lower their defenses, making them more likely to make mistakes. Many people are unprepared to witness their own behavior projected back to them. Rule 45. Preach the need for change, but never reform too much at once. Advocate for change and improvement, but make sure to do so gradually and incrementally to avoid resistance and backlash. Also, it is necessary to avoid being overworked in this pursuit. Rule 46. Never appear too perfect. Appear imperfect and vulnerable. It can make you more relatable and approachable to others. Remember, of course, that even if you are following all of these 48 rules to their maximum effectiveness, you are not perfect and you must act accordingly. Rule 47. Do not go past the mark you aim for. In victory, learn when to stop. Consider the need for stopping or even pulling back when you have achieved success. It can prevent overreaching and negative consequences which you did not intend. Rule 48. Assume formlessness. You should be flexible and adaptable. It can help you avoid being predictable and easily targeted by others. This, in tandem with Rule 25, recreate yourself, will allow you to create a positive impression while avoiding attack from others. In summary, the 48 laws of power are a collection of strategies and tactics for gaining and maintaining power and influence. Some of these laws may seem Machiavellian or manipulative, however they do reflect the realities of human nature and behavior. Be aware that you may be hurting other people or negatively affecting the life paths of other people who do not deserve it when you are implementing these strategies. Always attempt to be humane and ultimately friendly to others while navigating complex social and professional situations. Use these skills responsibly to achieve your goals with greater effectiveness and success.
MA